Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me again on my YouTube channel where I interview small and local businesses. And today we're with Andy from Buyer's Choice Home Inspections. How are you today, Andy?
Great. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, thank you for
And how
coming.
are you today?
I'm very good, thank you. First off, tell us a little bit about what you do as a home inspector.
As a home inspector, my goal is to have a look over the home, top to bottom, all the way from the attic down to the basement. My job is to give the client a very good idea on what's going on in the home, and that way they can have a good knowledge of being able to uh, decide whether or not that the property is, what they thought it was when they first looked at it. Sometimes I find major issues. They might not be comfortable with the house at that point, or sometimes it's a lot of items that they didn't know that they would have to do in the home. But my job is to educate them, and they decide on whether they feel comfortable going ahead with the purchase or not.
Okay, that's a really great explanation.
Yes.
What kind of specialty training do you have outside of just your basic home inspector certificate?
So I have um, course through Carson Dunlop. Most inspectors will go through Internachi. It's a very good course, but Carson Dunlop are trained by engineers. So I have that. I also do commercial inspections. So I'm also dual trained in that. We take all kinds of different courses on the side. We're supposed to get like 25 credits. So I'm always educating myself.
Nice, that's awesome. Um, so you probably encourage home buyers to join you during the home inspection. What are some common questions you get from home buyers?
A lot of the questions are about maybe the roof, like how long is the roof going to last? Because that's a big expense. What kind of condition is the furnace and water heater in? Those are also big expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, I'll ask if they have any concerns in the home that they've seen through the walkthrough, and then they'll say, "Oh yeah, I saw this spot on the roof. It looks like it might have been a water leak. Can you double check that?" And then, yes, I oblige.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever get hired by sellers as well to kind of do a pre for sale kind of inspection?
Yes, that's a great service that we provide. What we do is we come in, do a full service inspection, give them a list of things that needs attention. Sometimes, if there's a water leak, yeah, you want to get that fixed right away. Sometimes things are minor, then it's up to them and the realtor to decide if it's worth having that fixed before selling it. This also gives transparency to the buyer, so the buyer knows exactly what they're getting into. They don't have to worry about, is there a can of worms?
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a really good thought for sure.
Yes.
You brought some cool tools with you. Do
Oh,
you feel
yes.
like talking about some of them?
Oh, yes. One sec. Okay. The most important tool are these, my eyes. And the flashlight helps me see in the dark places. And then I also have, it's called a thermal gun. So it helps me see heat and cold. So as an example, what I'll do is I'll turn on the water, cold water, and let it run for 5 minutes. If there's a leak, this might pick it up. It'll show a little blue spot around the
Oh,
area. And then I use the moisture meter to verify if it's wet or not. Now, sometimes I get into bigger homes and they're too tall for me to get up on there with my ladder. So I use this cool little guy. It's a drone. So it enables me to see what's going up on the roof. It's not as good as being on the roof with a visual and I can touch and feel things, but it's definitely a good aid.
right. Awesome tools. So after you spend a couple of hours at the home doing an inspection, what can buyers expect afterwards? You send them a report or something?
Yes, so once I'm done the inspection, I will walk them through the home and show them exactly the areas on my, the biggest concerns. Then I'll go home, I finalize the report, and usually within a couple hours, I get the report out to them. In my report will be highlighted in the top the summary items, some of the things that are my major concerns, like expensive repairs, uh, damage, possible um, issues like foundation cracks might be in there. Those are the big ticket items. Then the rest of the report is going to be just maintenance stuff, things that I might recommend to the homeowner on either upgrading. This will help you with the home. Um, and then when they get the report, they can look through it, and I'm always available for them to call me to go through the report, even after they've moved in. So as long as they own the home, I'm
Mm.
happy to help.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a really good piece of your service as well. Um, if somebody then wanted to get a hold of you and ask you a few more questions, how can someone reach out to you?
Social media, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, but the best way is to phone me 825-995-9355.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Andy, for taking the time to talk with me today and explaining to some of our viewers what you do as a home inspector.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome.